Hello, Minship students. Let's go through February 8th to today and see how could we have done it better and how can we do it better for the future. So basically, learning points. Whatever's been said, whatever's been done is done. We can't really do anything about it. So right now, we're just going to go through how can we improve our process. That is the whole purpose of this video. So really reinstating what we have already done. So on 8th, you saw basically this. This is the chart you would see on the 1 hour chart. So we are based to the upside. So what is the first thing we want to see? There's a double bottom, higher, high, higher, low, continuation higher. That is what we're seeing here, right here. We can call it double bottom, okay. But still higher than that high, still not high, that high, and not higher than that high, but still 2 or 3 high, great. Okay. So I would then take on the session breaks. Let's do that for 2 seconds. Then I would find daily setups. One thing that you will hear me talk about weekly, monthly, daily. If you are afraid that whatever I'm saying is, oh, this is too much risk, just decrease your risk. Even if it is 0.01% of your account per trade. Okay. Great. So let's go into daily trading. Mostly because weekly didn't get hit. We had orders there, nothing happened. Great, fantastic. Other weeks it will happen, and if we're not there, willing and able when it happens, we will lose out. So it's all about opportunities. So let's go. So this is the open. I would then set my entry here. At the daily central every single day, 50 pips stop loss every single day, every single time. Okay, great. We're going higher, comes down, it never touches. Are you supposed to be then on London Open? No, that's not open. On London Open, are you buying it there? No, not really. Should you have bought it when it came down here? You could have. I'm not saying it is, or you could have, but is it consistently trading? Maybe. So I would call it maybe. And if you didn't catch it, great, whatever. We'll take it the next day, next session break. I will then set my entry here as well. And I will move my entries as I doesn't get hit. So I will take that for 2 days forward. So here we don't have any entries here, okay? Great. Then I would put that one here, that we have an entry. Great, we can take that into that consideration. Okay, we definitely have an entry there. And then next day as well, whatever that price is, it's supposed to be daily, it's supposed to be central, but if price is lower than central at open, just take the price you're getting. Okay, so this was never hit. Taking that away. This is the next new day. So here we have this one. We have 2 open entries. Oops, lazy. We have 2 open entries. So let's continue forward. Same thing again around the same price. By the way, that's also open. Never got hit. We have this one. Got hit. That is today. Okay. So currently, if you didn't close at all, we would have 60 pips there, 69 pips there, or 46 pips there. Pretty fantastic, great week. Okay. The other thing, could you have done it differently? Could we have improved this process? Probably not. What was the thing that we did every single day that we have higher highs on the daily pivots? The buy zones are still higher, even though that was a consolidation. We're still going higher. So that is how I want us to trade. Is that how we traded? Most of us probably didn't. But that's not the point. The point is to learn and continue learning and improving, because we're going to get this continuation now. we are going to get bullish trends into the future of all futures. Nothing. Support and resistance. 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 This one, nothing. Here you have a couple of good 3 days of entries. Here we have the entry here, in and out, in and out, in and out, but no, nothing more than 50 pips here. I think this is like 23 pips. And then you come higher, come here, and that is basically today. So if we were doing the pivot point, we were getting 3 to 4 entries, 3 entries. And with the support and resistance, we would get 1, 2, 3 or 4. So around the same thing. So around the same thing. But notice the difference. With pivot points, we were getting much better entry. We would not have taken this entry at this given time. This would be very high. So at this given time, we would have at least got it a bit lower, at least minimally central. And since we never hit stop loss, we will still have it open. Okay, fantastic. For the euro, same thing, didn't get it. Okay, great. Next day opens up, that is a buy. Didn't get it, opens up at a buy, comes in here. So what do you do when this falls? Well, my bad, I stopped out of that one. No, I didn't stop out of that one. No, I didn't. Okay, great. Or maybe I did in here. But that is now the next day's buy zone, and that's the next day's buy zone, and then a continuation higher. So if we were trading, we would have that one, we would have that one, we would have that one, and this one. So around 3 entries. Is that 3 entries? Or is it 4 entries even? 4 entries actually. 4 entries this week. Okay, then I would take that away and say support and resistance. 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, probably 5 because of today. But that's also considering coming into tomorrow's trades anyways. So here we have kind of the same setup on support and resistance and on support resistance and pivot points. Okay, so the other thing that I want to mention is once we are above this 55 EMA, so we will start using that now as a guide. The blue line has not crossed below it yet, or the 21 over 55 is not closed below, so it's still bullish. And you can even see that the EMAs is moving away from each other, which is talking about increasing volume to the upper side. So are we still continuing to buy? Yes. Until when? Until we get a lower low. Okay. But also remember, we are still in this week, and we are still able to fall down to the buy zone for this week. But don't let it scare you. Don't make it be so bad, because if you're entering trades on the way up, this is sideways, and then you starting again now, just mechanically do it. And then when do you feel like this should be over? Well, it should be over when you make lower lows or lower, not lower, but buy zones on daily start to turn lower. Okay, so this might be the one where like, nah, I don't feel like that one, but the next day it goes a bit higher. Okay, great, then you continue. I'm going to do a wild one. Pound dollar is a bit different. I do understand that's a bit different, but I'm going to go through it with you. Okay, we'll go through from 8th and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so entry, great. I will take off this here. This is an entry. This is an entry. No entry, no entry. The question becomes, are you entering here? Yes, that is your weekly entry. Are you entering here? Nothing, nothing. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 entries. And I probably should also make it more fun to say that if we held all those trades, we would have 200, 89, 107, 140, and then you're done. Okay, so for us, that's quite a good bit of pips, even though we had in the middle a small downturn. The power of continuation of trend. So there is a thing that I want to mention to you is, even though we are rising higher, we have to allow for 2 different things to happen. That shouldn't scare us. There is the 1 hour pullback. Oops. It's the 1 hour pullback and the 4 hour pullback. Actually, it's a 4, number 4. Okay, so if you go to 4 hour, this pullback is very little. It should maybe even come a bit lower even. So even though that is a pullback, it comes into the buy zone. Oh, that was not. Yeah, that goes into the buy zone for this week. Be content with that. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Try to practice on what's happened before, because that will make you even better for the future. And if you get markets that is range bound, then we're not trading. So I will give you some rules that if this happened, I would not have traded it again. Okay. So if we are coming up here, 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 if we close below here, I would have not traded anymore. If we are here and we close below this one, I will not have traded anymore. So on the 1 hour, it is the support number 2, second support. Because this is just normal price action. Price is still bullish in this point, even though how scary it is for me to say, oh, that's still bullish, and I can see it can still fall. But that's how one of the trading we need to do, is to understand when is the market bullish, and that takes training. And for this time, it is still been bullish all the time. This might make you think twice, but it's still a 4 hour pullback. For New Zealand, we don't have the same system. We don't have the same moves. So for now, whatever. We can't really bother about this price because this is not a trending market. And I have said for quite a long time, we're not trading in it. So what is the result for Australian dollar, US dollar this week? $60, $70, $40, $10. So that would be around, and you wouldn't head math, 60, 70, that is 130 plus 170, 160 pips. Euro would have given us 114, 37, 29, 37, 29, 60, 170, and 30, 200 pips. So those two alone would have given us 300 pips. So I hope this was well for you, has a lot of learning, and we'll just continue every single day. As this goes higher, we will just continue. And you might also want to break even on, or move this to stop loss, and then you might have those turns lower where you get stopped out. Don't lose faith then. Don't lose faith then. In an uptrend where the market's supposed to go higher, we still have conviction. So back in December, the same thing happened where you have this market here almost makes a lower low, very strong candle out of the blue, and still went higher. That means for now, from here until that time, we have made been stopped out, but that doesn't mean that the future can still bring us higher. We just have to stop and wait, look, evaluate every evening to see, are we going to continue or are we not going to continue? All right. Boom. Fantastic profits. I hope you got a lot of it. So next time we'll make even more.